Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on E.
Coach, we've had a lake effect snow band sitting over Soldier. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in 2019 from Ohio State. It's Dwayne Haskins.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Geis. 9 good yards there on the run, and now third down. Now they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now Haskins to throw it. He hits White, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And for this offense, yellow highlighter around Trent Williams.
As well there should be. A Pro Bowl, all-pro type of a left tackle. So mobile, you could also see him as a tight end. This guy is a terrific football player.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. And here are the Chicago defensive starters.
Jaworski Tartt came out of Samford University in Alabama. And he is a guy who is an absolute flash at the safety position.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Coverage was great everywhere that time. He tried to get it to his outlet, tried to get it to his running back, but sailed it a little bit too high and actually left his body open for a big hit.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And let's take a look at the Bears offense.
And wide receiver Tyler Lockett continues to improve as a route runner and a playmaker downfield. But let's not forget his main use, kick returner. Knows how to break open a game in that area as well.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out,
and he fires one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Swanson, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up. Here's a look at the starters defensively for Washington. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
And they needed to be because their offense struggled throughout the game. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense, but you're outplaying their defense as well, and that's what they did in the last game.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Looking to throw. Swanson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Gets by him at the 25. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. First down, a run with Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
To throw on 2nd down. Swanson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been in an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission, that's their challenge, and you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On third down, Haskins. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense, because you got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, though, give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
Off play action. Swanson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 5.
From the gun on third down, Swanson. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there are more people there to get him down.
Now left side on the swing pass. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it third down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. We're scoreless after 1. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're still looking at 0 on the scoreboard, and they're going to be hard-pressed to do anything with his field position as they'll start at their... In trouble. It's loose. The ball bouncing around, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, so that is going to be a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. This is Cohen. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. On the draw, this is Cohen. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Swanson looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now on 2nd and 16, Haskins. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They go play action with Haskins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The Bears on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Swanson. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the 2nd quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Well, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now Haskins. A bullet throw, but incomplete. The Redskins send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the 2nd quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead your ball club and keep them moving in the right direction.
Well, they've got that lead so far. 1 interception for him, no touchdown passes. On 1st down, Cohen.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Swanson. Throw left side complete. It's Pope. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 33. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. They'll try the counter here. Cohen. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line.
Off the play fake. Swanson toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Swanson. Strong coverage by Washington. And now 4th down. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw it the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And I never played quarterback, but I'm thinking as a quarterback, you're a little bit into the game now. 2nd quarter, you're losing. You're not playing well. Probably feels like a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Certainly does, but it's something that quarterbacks have to be used to because they're always carrying around that weight. So how do they adjust the weight? How do they make it work for them? How do they work against it? That's what we're going to find out going forward.
Yeah, he'll be trying to get all that weight off his shoulders here on this drive. On 1st down, this is Geis. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. That's complete to his tight end, Seals-Jones. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Redskins send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. 2nd quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part, but they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Swanson. This one into the hands of Burton. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear 1st down. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on 1st down. Swanson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matthew Ioannidis make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Swanson, he's got Burton here. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On third down, a run with Cohen. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. A busy final day of the regular season, so let's get to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Cowboys on top as they play the second quarter. The Cowboys still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
To throw on third down. Swanson connecting with Burton here over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They'll run on first down. It's Cohen, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. To throw on second down, Swanson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a third and hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it first and 10. Haskins looking to throw on first down. And he fires one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Second and 10 now, Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a fifth, barring a conversion here on third down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Now Cohen. And an alley to run. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Charvarius Ward there to make the stop. They try again with Cohen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. First and 10 at the 19. They run. This is Cohen. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 6. And he completes it to Cohen. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
A Redskin 1st down. The pickup 15 yards. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. On 2nd and 15 now. Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. The Redskins send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him with contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him with contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tall.
On 2nd down now, it's Cohen, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. On 3rd and 2, Swanson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Fielded at the 33. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They start the drive with White. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 44, Haskins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Redskins on third down. A very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. This is White on the screen. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
Well, they dialed up the screen there, hoping that convoy of blockers could get out in front and get them enough yardage for the first down, but they were able to get there before he got to the sticks.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Ready. You got to watch that. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Only 2 there on the dump off. It's 3rd down.
41 Mike.
A gain of 2 on the play.
From the gun on 3rd down. Swanson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Montez Sweat in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And it's fielded at the 34. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. On the draw, it's White. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Haskins will throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here's Haskins.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
17 yards that time and a Washington first.
17 yards. First down, Washington.
Now Haskins on first down. That's caught over the middle by Seals-Jones. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, Haskins. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Complete to Ricky Seals-Jones. It's a gain of 4.
3rd down, here's Geis. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
Let's go.
Brought down by Khalil Mack. It's a gain of 6. And the Redskin first down.
You think you won't get there?
On first down, it's Haskins. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so. Now they nabbed the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Finding Gabriel complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And this is Gabriel on the catch. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Now Haskins to throw it. This to McLaurin out on the left side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins to throw. Off to Geis on the screen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. To throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. And he whips that one incomplete there. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. He's back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Haskins able to connect there with Richardson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. It's Geis on the counter. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is indeed good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied.
Well, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
On first down, Swanson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Swanson. This one into the hands of Burton. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, Swanson. And that is incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected? And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. On first down, Cohen. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Check three. Defense.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. This no-gimme in the snow. And he nailed it. It's good. Through the snowflakes, he finds a way to get it to go. And this home crowd is in a frenzy as their guys have pulled it out of the end. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it. And victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Bears, The win won't get them to 500, but they will finish on a high note at 7-9. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Washington, this loss will mean they finish the season right at 500 at 8-8. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.